Some African leaders are actually acting in a way that they think it is smart. Some African leaders, like Museveni and this guy, they are acting in a way and they feel like this is smartness. We are outsmarting people, these people, because there is no system in place holding these people accountable. Countries being hijacked by individuals, families, while African leaders who move outside the continent and be talking about reparation and colonialism, effect of colonialism by the Europeans in Africa, neglecting colonialism going on while their own people, black people, are colonizing black people in Africa. They are talking about slavery outside Africa and demanding reparation, while people, black people, are being enslaved by the same black people on the continent of Africa. It is sad. Uganda is come face to face with their election. Museveni has already given 2 warnings to the people of Uganda. The first warning came through special advisor, Mr. Yiga, telling the people that, hey, vote and go home. I posted that video. Vote and go home. Don't think your vote will change Museveni. Museveni will remain and the sun will come and take over. You can't do nothing. Display of power. You will shout and shout, whoa, 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 nothing will happen. The man said this plainly, openly, that the people shouldn't think at any time that the Uganda Electoral Commission would declare Bobi Wine as the leader. You see, we are not for Bobi Wine. It is not a term for whether we are for Bobi Wine or Museveni, no. But elections should be free and fair and to reflect the will of the people. The first warning was given to the people, and then the second warning came, shutting down of the internet. It's a serious warning. I mean, Museveni is just telling them that, look, they shut down the internet, and it's taking effect, and they shut it down just a day before the election. Then they shut it down. It will be shut down in the evening. Then nobody will have access to internet. The reason why the internet was shut down is because they are telling the people, it's a warning to the people, the election will not reflect your will and you are going to protest it. The internet is what you are going to use to mobilize, to hit the street. We are taking it off. Museveni is trying to be smart. The most important part of the shutting down of the internet is the fact that Museveni is telling the people of Uganda that we will buy all of you on the street if you hit the street, and then no media will coverage it. That's just what it is. You see, how do you call it? Tanzania. Yes. The Tanzania president, the whole thing escalated before the internet was shut down. So Museveni pay attention to all these things. Now, according to communication by the UCC, Uganda Communication Commission, the internet is shut down till further notice. Not even a date is set to resume. No. You can't access internet until election will be over. According to their explanation, they shut down the internet so that they can stop the spread of misinformation and rigging of the election, and for national security, a whole lot of nonsense they put in there. And after election in Uganda, whatsoever will be happening in Uganda, it will be difficult for somebody to coverage. And it is almost impossible to cover because internet access is not there. How many people are going to die after the election will not be covered? The pressure of every time election is conducted, some of these African leaders who have kidnapped countries, the pressure from international community and Africa continent and how the whole internet will be talking about brutalization of the civilians have made them to start outsmarting people. Now, when election is coming, they will take over and then take out the internet, or they'll wait after election when the people hit the street, they'll take out the internet. In this conversation, when the internet was taken out, or the communication came out that they are going to take out the internet, African Union is nowhere in the picture. African Union is nowhere. But let there be coup d'etat in Uganda right now. African Union will be active, talking about coup d'etat. But they have taken the right of the people. The people don't have internet to connect the world. If something is happening, how many of them are going to die? It will be hidden. They are controlling everything manually. Nothing will be put out there. African Union is quiet about this. Because of after election banter is the reason why this man also acted smart. And now the people of Togo will not go to the poll and vote. They have structured the system in such a way that parliamentarians would conduct the votes. The people will not hit the street. So you're not going to see, plenty people on the street. And no. African leaders who have kidnapped countries, they are now acting smart. And I tell you, a time will come, Museveni in Uganda will adopt the strategy of chairman very soon. I'm being honest with you. I will not lie to you now. You wait, just relax. They will adopt it to make sure that, people will not be going to the pool to go and exercise their right. Parliamentarians will vote on their behalf so that nobody will hit the street and say we voted this and then with this. No. The shutting down of the internet simply means that we know that the people are not going to be happy with the outcome of the election. If you are confident, you know that the people love you, the people will vote for you. Why do you have to shut down the internet? The president of Uganda, Museveni, is aware that, look, majority of the people are not with him. And therefore, to stop people from hitting the street and expressing their frustration, because without internet, how are you going to mobilize in the first place? You can't mobilize. Now, if you hit the street and then, sometimes exposure hold the police, the soldiers, the institutions who are in the business of brutalizing citizens after election. Exposure of whatever they are doing will hold them back. Because they are being exposed to the world, they will be held back. But right now in Uganda, after election, I'm advising all the Uganda people, stay home. If you hit the street, these people, they will do anything to you. And we will not have the access to coverage it. They did it in such a way that VPN will not be able to use it. You understand? They did it in such a way that you can't use VPN, to navigate your way out. No. Those who will be around the border, they will find it very difficult unless, I believe they are going to even close the border. Unless you cross the border to next neighboring country to talk about what is going on in Uganda. All of these things tells us one thing. We know the outcome of the election. Museveni has won the election. That is just what it is. Forget everything. And guess what? African Union will not talk about this. You will be surprised you will not have them releasing statement condemning the fact that internet access was taken away from the people in Uganda. They are quiet, watching. Let a military revolution take over in Uganda right now. That is when you will see African Union become very active in Uganda. Let after election, the people hit the street in Uganda and then the soldiers will brutalize them as usual. African Union will not be on site to speak about that. They will be quiet about it. But when the people's revolution hits in, then African Union will become very active. That is the only time African Union will begin to talk about, hey, we don't want coup d'etat, restore the country to democracy, and we urge the citizens to exercise patience, we urge the leaders to blah, blah, blah. Oh, they'll be putting out a lot of nonsense out there on the media that they are communicating to us. But in situations like this, when internet access is denied by the government to the citizens, the right of the people has been taken away from them. How many days is it going to take for them to bring back the internet? We don't know. After election, a result to be declared, Museveni will win the election, and then everybody have to be in the house, and they are going to monitor until they are sure that nobody will hit the street. Then they will give back the internet. Now, this internet, people use it to make money. People use it to do their businesses. For how many days is it going to take for these people to bring back the internet? The people who do business with the internet are going to go hungry in the country. We are complaining and talking about colonialism yesterday, but colonialism is happening right in front of us by our own brother. Black people, black few individuals who go and hijack a particular country, and then the next thing they'll do is to kidnap the country, take over, and colonize the country. They are not governing the country, they are colonizing the countries. Yeah. They are colonizers. One is also Paul Biya. These people are colonizers. Black colonizers. They are European inside and then Africans outside. When you look at their skin, you see them as African brothers. But inside, they are European colonizers, colonial masters. This and this, together with Paul Biya. And in the middle of this, African Union, all the African leaders will go to UN and then they'll be talking about colonialism, slavery, and all that. Meanwhile, right in front of your own nose here, your brothers here, this one, you can't even talk about them. You don't go there and mention their name. Hypocrisy. You can't mention their name, the things they are doing on the continent of Africa. These two, these ones. And Pobia, no African leader in the African Union will go anywhere and mention their name because all of them are in the same category. Black colonial masters hijacking countries of millions of people, one or two, less than 50 people and family who hijack an entire country and be maltreating them in the name of governance. I know after the election, people will hit the street, by the way, but you see, those things will not be covered. Maybe some people are going to record it and put it down. After the internet comes, they will pull it out though. But you see, those who will put that thing out, before the internet will even come on board, they will give them warning. Anybody that will put anything regarding after election on the internet, the person will be arrested. You wait, just mark my word, these things will happen. Because there is nobody guiding and then checking these people. The country is not in their hands and they can do anything to the people. The people have become vulnerable to, tyranny. I'm sending this message to the African Union to understand that African Union, black imperialism is happening in Uganda, Togo, and Cameroon. Imperialism, colonialism is happening there. You go outside the continent and be talking about slavery, colonialism. You want reparation. Here on the continent of Africa, it is happening also. Talk about that one also. African Union don't allow the Uganda government to go on with this by taking internet access, and the people will be without internet for days until the time they feel like, and then they bring the internet. Don't do that. They don't allow that to happen. African Union, at least for once, speak for the people. For once, you have never done that, but we are begging you, speak for the people just for once.